All right, everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of Cooking with Denoy. This is part 2 of our butt roast special. You can see I have removed the butt roast. I've added a couple more sticks of wood there, tinder, to the stove. And I'm going to slice up the butt roast right now because it proved to be too big cooking under there. It was too big and hard for me to manipulate, and I actually burned myself. So at this point, we are going to try to slice up, I don't know if you can see that on the camera here. We're going to slice up a chunk of the meat and try cooking it like steak. Because you can see it's too big to cook it all at once. I'm having serious issues with flipping the meat and getting it to cook. So we're going to chunk it into a steak. There you go. We have a slab that's a steak. And I'm going to put it on here like this for now. This is very hot. And add our flavoring. So we're just going to chunk it out and cook it like we normally do our pork chops or pork steak. So that's the slab. Going to add some seasoning here. Our minced onion. And of course our infamous badia. There we go. Ooh, that fire is so hot. It's getting a lot of oil from the whoa, almost lost the steak there. There we go. I'm gonna let that slab cook. I am gonna cut another slab. So this is gonna have to be the way it's done versus cooking a big huge chunk all at once, because I wasn't able to do it. You have to give me points for trying. I guess if I had a big fire pit or an oven or something, this could be done that way. But because of the way things worked out, and this little oven here or stove that I've made, it wasn't big enough to handle this chunk of meat here. So we're going to go ahead and correct the problem by slicing it into steak-sized portion. And have a pork steak, I guess. Try to cut that off here. This is our slab of pork. I am going to put it up here. There we go. I'm going to add our seasoning to that. You can see how raw that meat really was. It was nowhere near getting cooked on the inside. I think to do something like this properly, you need to slow cook it. Maybe bake it or have it on the edge of a huge fire pit. Stick it on a rotisserie or something and have it rotated, because otherwise you're going to burn the outside and the inside's raw, which is what happened here. So I do have the body on it, and I'm going to flip that portion and move it so you can get a better look at the food here. But this is a lot of food. I think way more than I'll be able to eat here. Look at that. Pork steak. Flip this back over here. It's getting a little burnt on this side. I think we might try to see if that piece is done. Take a look. What do you think, huh? Does that look good or what? Look at that. Pork butt steak. And look how much more we still have left. This is a lot of food. That's a lot. Yeah. I wanted to cook it as a big roast, a big huge thing, because I thought it would be really cool, but we saw what happened. It was kind of a disaster. But luckily the food didn't get destroyed. I am going to go ahead and try to get that piece out soon and see if it's cooked. And we'll just cut up some more. We're going to get a lot of pork steak out of this. I'll just let it sit here and cook. All my virtual assistant films, so you guys can enjoy the food cooking here. This is my This is my pot of rice, which was cooked in the car using the inverted cooking system. So I'm going to go ahead and get a serving of rice in the pork and see how it looks. Flip this a little bit. Wow, this is really burnt. I have to add some more sticks here. Let me go ahead and get the meat off there in a moment. Let me get the rice first. Or maybe I'll get the meat first. We'll get the meat, take a look at it, and see how well done it is. Alright. Here then is our pork steak. Let's take a look. I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I'm going to cut it open and take a look inside and see if the meat is done. If it is done, cooked correctly, it should be white. And it's still red inside. So I can see it's still kind of raw on the inside because it's really thick. So we're going to have to cook this some more. Goodness. I'm going to go ahead and slice it all along the edge here to allow the heat to enter. So we're going to put that back on there, allow the heat to enter it, and I'm going to have to slice the other one too. But I am going to go ahead and do that and then add some more wood because the fire is starting to die down. So we'll go ahead and do slabs here on the side, just a slice through to allow the heat to cook the meat. Because evidently these chunks of meat are so thick, the flames aren't cooking it. They're only burning the outside. So, okay, that has been cut. I'm going to flip it over and let the heat kind of go in there and cook it up. And I am going to add some more, looks like I'm contaminating my forks here. I need to wash that before I reuse it. But I'm going to add some more wood because it is burning out. Nice big piece there. And let's chop some wood here. You can see me chopping here. Maybe not. Maybe I'll chop off camera. Alright, we got the wood here. Put that in. I don't know if it's not catching on fire, but we'll add the fire later. Some more little kindling sticks. This particular meal is making me work for it. Definitely having to work for this meal here. I don't know if you guys want to see what the food looks like, but this is what it looks like on the grill. It is cooking up quite nicely. I'm going to go ahead and prepare some rice, but look at all that meat. This is like way too much food for one person. There we go. Virtual assistant. Pour some more of our seasoning here. Put in our soy sauce right in the crack there and let it kind of soak in a little bit. And to give it that oomph, we're going to add our Badia Complete right into the cracks. Let it give that meat some special flavoring there. And back over the flames it's going to go. So let me turn this around. Ah. We'll let that kind of roast over the flame. And this side, we're going to go ahead and flavor this too by pouring in some more soy sauce. All right. And then on top of that, we're going to throw in some bardia. And we will flip it back and let it cook. Looks like it's still cooking on this side, so we'll go ahead and flip it back. All right. I am going to go ahead and wash my, take my fork and to wash and get ready to do the serving here, but in case you guys want to see what the food looks like, let's see if we can zoom in here so you can enjoy the cooking while I... Sorry about the shakiness. This is my virtual assistant. We are still trying to figure out how to do things. So I'm going to let that cook up while I wash my fork here. Can't believe how much food there is here. This would be something worth doing maybe if you had a house with a refrigerator, with a cooler or a freezer where you could freeze your meat. You could buy a chunk of butt roast and give yourself really nice pork steaks. Look at this. These are big chunks full of juicy goodness. I'm going to get a clean plate here because this one got kind of contaminated. And we are going to go ahead, this is a clean fork. Get our rice ready and see if we can't have a decent meal here. I still have this meat all left over that I got to cook up, so I don't think I'll be filming the entire process unless you guys really want to see it. But I am going to go ahead and get my rice out and put together a serving here. All right. I think the meat looks about done at this point. I'll go ahead and get the, this one looks good and done. I'm going to, maybe let this sit just one more minute here. But the second one is definitely done. It's definitely done. Look at this. Look how good that looks. Doesn't that just look absolutely delicious looking? Wow. I'll zoom back out here and give you guys a better look at the food here. But it smells so good. Can't wait to see what it tastes like. So this is my pork butt steak meal right here. I'm going to go ahead and have this and take the other one off the fire before it burns and cut up some more. And cook up the rest of the meat. So let me go ahead and pause this because I don't think you guys want to just sit here watching us cook and cook and cook. Or maybe you do. Let me get some get that meat off there. This is so much food for one person. I will go ahead and take this, assistant here. I'm gonna go ahead and take this meat off before it burns. And I'm gonna cook up some more here. So I'm gonna cook all that up and have all this meat I'm gonna bag up and try to keep cool and eat over the next couple days. This is crazy. Can't believe how much meat there is here. So we'll go ahead and cut up some more to put on there before the fire burns out. Oh, I actually see bone here. It's actually hitting bone. This is actually very thick. Yeah, this would have had to sit and roast for a long time to cook. Look at that. A whole nother slab of meat here. Can't believe how much meat I got out of this. This is $10 worth of meat that if I had a house, I might start doing this when I get a house. With the refrigerator, of course. Buying the butt roast and making it into pork steak. Because this is ridiculous how much meat there is here. I can't believe this. This is like way more meat than a single person can eat. I'm going to put this on here. Look at this. This is just a lot of meat. Way too much meat for one person. What I'm going to do here, let me cut this side here and make a little piece. Way too much meat for a single person. Go ahead and flavor that since it's on there. And we'll do a taste test and wrap up this episode here, because this is, I'm actually feeling defeated here by all this meat. It's a bit overwhelming. Maybe do something like this when you have a group and you're having a cookout or something. Because I wasn't expecting it to be like this. I wasn't expecting all this meat, and seeing what happens here. We'll flavor that. And add our minced onion. And of course our badia. And I'm going to need more flames here soon. So, always the flames. So some more wood here. Keep the fire burning. This wood is burning really fast. Here we go. Some more wood. Keep our food cooking here. All right, we'll let that smoke. Meanwhile, it's bon appetit time. So let me see how this is gonna taste here. I don't even think I can cut it here to hold this, but I'm gonna go ahead and bite a piece off here. Look at that meat. Tastes so good. Oh my goodness. It does taste very, very good. Have some rice with it. I think I'm in pork butt heaven. Wow, this is good stuff. Well, I'll let you guys go for now. I want to thank you for joining me for this episode. Until next time, everyone, remember, pork butt steak doesn't cook very well on this homemade little stove thingy. It's too big. Take care. God bless you all. Bye-bye now.